Welcome to Internet's Most Wanted.tv. The advent of the Internet has led to the birth of another form of crime: cybercrime. This YouTube broadcast and the associated website is the sole creation of a victim of cybercrime who decided to take a stand and fight. If you are watching this broadcast and you are a victim of cybercrime, please forward all your offending emails to majormixer@gmail.com. If you are a victim, type victim. If you are suspicious, type suspect. I will do my best to investigate and respond as timely as possible. All information accrued through this YouTube broadcast and the associated email link and the website www.internetsmostwanted.tv is of the utmost confidential nature. I am not just here to inform. If you are a proven criminal, your email will be posted. I will also track you down, and you will be arrested. If you are a victim, your information will be held strictly confidential. The following pages contain email addresses that are associated with the issuance of fraudulent checks, which cost me my reputation and that of a relative of mine who co-signed for a bank account which has now been closed. I am a victim and I will not stand by and let this happen to others. The wolves in sheep's clothing will soon be behind bars for the crime of forgery and malicious intent to cause financial damage to innocents. I call them economic terrorists. The offending emails. If you know who these people are, please write to majormixer@gmail.com. All responses will be held confidential. Let us work together to stop these people from ruining innocent people's lives. The following email addresses are directly associated with cybercriminal activity: Craig Hennessy and Tim Howard. Example of a bad check. The following example was sent to me by Craig Hennessy, assuming that is his real name. Note that his name appears nowhere on the check, and there is no memo written. The check bounced back because it is drawn on a non-existent account. I'm not sure about the signature, but I have more information on the suspect, so I urge the officials at JMMB Limited to contact me because I won't reveal my sources on YouTube. One of the most disturbing things about these checks is that they look absolutely real, and in most cases they are real. They have all the top-notch security features such as two-tone paper, back versus front, microprinting, watermarks, fluorescent fibers that are visible only under a black light, security threads, and yes, even special DNA features. The only reason I call them bad checks is because of the information printed on them. The paper is so good that only the US Mint prints anything better. We call it money. Are these checks being stolen from the manufacturers, or are they being stolen from the legitimate businesses which are represented on them? This is just one of the questions that I'm setting out to answer. If these criminals don't manufacture the paper themselves, can we still call it counterfeiting? Or just plain grand larceny and fraud? The envelope, please. The return address on the envelope can be used as a clue to track these criminals down. However, it is most likely fictitious. In this case, Mr. Hennessy used a real address, although it might be miles away from where he actually lives. It would be too easy to catch him or her. Men sometimes use women's names and vice versa. The tracking number can help here because it works both ways, telling you not only its destination but also the origin of the parcel. Another bad check. Now this check sent to me by Tim Howard, if that's his real name, is a classic example of someone who has a lot of nerve, passing himself off as a fellow of Harvard, when he probably never finished the 8th grade. This check is most likely stolen because I did my research and Roy Smith actually is a fellow of Harvard. I encourage the fellows of Harvard College to contact me so we can find out who is stealing your checks. I have more information on the suspect, but I will not reveal it on YouTube. The envelope, please. The return address indicates New Mexico, which is nowhere near Harvard College. The Chino Mines Company actually exists, and I am sure they would be interested in who is using their address, so please contact me. Maybe someone at the company recognizes the email address. That would make it much easier to catch this criminal. UPS tracking tells me that the package started its journey in Colorado, which is nowhere near New Mexico. As you can see, this is not an easy job. However, I have something up my sleeve that requires the help of law enforcement, and it will not be mentioned on YouTube. My secret weapon must remain a secret. Oh, a bonus. This piece of paper was included in the package, which now gives me a bonus email address, securepaymentdepartment@yahoo.com. This email is now involved in criminal activity. If you know who owns this email, please contact me. I appeal to law enforcement agencies. The attempt toward what I'm trying to accomplish is difficult, and it would be impossible to attempt without considering or asking for the help of local law enforcement officers. This is my appeal to my fellow soldiers. Remember that local law enforcement fights a war every day. I will be needing help from the following agencies. You'll recognize your shields. Please email majormixer@gmail.com with the subject IMW Law. Achtung, deutsche Polizei, Sie können ruhig auf Deutsch schreiben, weil ich fließend Deutsch kann. Schreiben Sie einfach in das Subjektfenster IMW Polizei. Und bitte denken Sie dran, dass die Webseite internetmostwanted.tv wird gespiegelt. Your host, Jason Maltz, the U.S. Army Cold War Communications Specialist from 1981 to 1985. Sound studio engineer, keyboards, Germany and Hollywood, 1985 to 1994. Sound mixer, recordist, designer for Universal Studios and many more. IMDb.com listed. Anti-terrorist force protection, threat detection, and interpersonal communication specialist for the U.S. Army in Germany from 2003 to 2006. Franz & Wach GmbH Germany, commercial and residential electrical installation, 2006 to 2007. Also a member of California Order of Police and Sheriffs and the California Fraternal Order of Police. Site broadcasts support and charity. This broadcast will continue on a weekly or bi-weekly basis until the internet crime comes to a halt. Always look for Internet's Most Wanted.tv on YouTube. This is the only way to broadcast effectively since it is international and all the criminal activities and everywhere. All the victims are supported by this one very pissed off soldier who lost many fellow officers, soldiers, and rescue personnel and is concerned about the well-being of their families. Legal information for support and charity. In order for this broadcast to continue, charitable donations are required. As a note, 25% of all donations made will be distributed among the following organizations, but if you prefer another charity, it will be added to the list for the next broadcast. Soldiers, police, firefighters, and rescue. PayPal donation address is sergeantsound@yahoo.com. As of August 20th, 2008, America's Most Wanted had 1,028 captures. Thank you, John Walsh. As of August 20th, 2008, Internet's Most Wanted has 0 captures. We're looking for our first. We hope you guys can help us out. Thank you very much. Till the next broadcast.